Welcome to another episode of the MMA Complex. My name is Josh.
My name is James.
And we're back with a brand new episode. Fantastic episode. Hope you guys enjoy this one. And we're coming off of Bellator 160. We're coming off of UFC on Fox 21. We're coming off the Fit Expo in Anaheim, which we're going to talk to you about that right now. I think on today's show we have an interview with Mercedes Terrell. She's a Bellator ring card girl. I think you all know her. She's pretty much if you don't know her, she's pretty much the Ariani of the UFC. I mean, if that's probably the best equivalent comparison I could probably make. She's fantastic. She's super awesome, super nice, obviously pretty, and you're going to enjoy the interview with Mercedes. So we're going to play that for you shortly. But first, it's a brand new episode, brand new week. We have the UFC Fight Night with Arlovsky and Barnett this weekend, ONE FCs this weekend. But first, we had Bellator 160, we had the Fit Expo, and how did you feel about the weekend, James? We're coming off a really good weekend.
Yeah.
It was a fun weekend.
Yeah, I think we did like 4 events in 5 days.
Right.
It was definitely a workload. We had the Bellator 160 open workouts. I believe it was on Wednesday. Then Thursday we had the weigh-ins, followed by media lunch, followed by media day, which that was insane.
I hope you guys enjoyed all the content too. We brought you some stuff, and if you haven't checked it out, go back on the YouTube page
for our coverage for 160. It was fun. And then obviously one event I was looking forward to the most was obviously the Fit Expo.
The Fit Expo. We love us some Fit Expo.
Yeah, like it's like Costco with chemicals.
Pretty much. And bodybuilders and
so you see guys jacked to the tit, and you see some awesome fit girls. I think that the trick that we kind of had was to wear black because I'm not in shape at all, so I wore black. It was fun, man. Getting free samples, getting my body filled with chemicals, and then there's a lot of eye candy there. Plus,
there's a lot.
You had the Gracie Nationals, going on. So
we're there for a reason.
Yeah, it was a lot of things to look at, to see. It was a very exciting, very busy weekend for us, and we made it out alive, man. Yeah.
Bellator was fun. It was a week-long fight week event. The typical stuff.
Yeah.
It was it was an everyday type of thing. So obviously for the 2-man team here, it gets it's tiring, but it's fun, and we enjoyed every minute of it.
For sure. I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah, we'll get to Bellator now. We'll just get to the Fit Expo, get that out of the way. I mean, it was, if you haven't been to a fitness expo,
you need to go, man.
You need to go, especially one in LA or the California area. I'm not sure. I think they travel everywhere, so go to Fit Expo, thefitexpo.com and get all the information. But they had this weekend was in Anaheim, California at the Convention Center. It's always fun, man. You have bodybuilders, you have fitness, CrossFit women, and bodybuilding women, and
exhibits.
They have a bunch of competitions going on, and obviously we go mainly for the the tournament. The Gracie Nationals are always held there, and those are always fun to catch. And you always see a lot of the familiar faces that we know, like Rose Gracie is a friend of ours, Javi Vasquez. You got Eddie Bravo there. You have a bunch of people in attendance. Travis Nuaza, who we got to hang out with for a bit. Shout out to Travis. He's a really cool guy, really nice guy. Huh?
Yeah.
And then it was just, we go around, we go catch some jiu-jitsu, and then we go around and get high on some chemicals, man.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of supplements. It's pretty much like a Costco. It is.
Yeah.
Because there's just supplements everywhere, and testing, people handing out their products.
And half the time we don't even know what we're drinking.
Yeah, it's pretty much a trade show. And then we were just trying everything, energy drinks, like protein bars, and I don't know what.
Meat bars and
all that stuff, man. The
goodie bags are fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, a lot of goodie bags, and I mean we leave with so much swag. I just hand out to all my family and all that stuff. It's all good.
I keep it for myself.
Yeah, he keeps it for himself. The one I did like was the bodybuilding.com. I don't know, can you grab it?
Yeah.
The bodybuilding.com gave us this really bag. It's pretty much the only thing I kept for myself. It's a basic bag, but the quality is it's like legit quality, man. At the store it'd be like $25.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty thick bag. I mean I brought that bag with beers today.
Yeah. So, show them what you're drinking.
Oh yeah, I mean today I'm having Linguitas IPA. I think the AVB is I think 6.2. It's really good. I mean, Lagunitas has some really good stuff. I think their stout is a 10%er. With the IPA, I mean, I love IPA, but
James is a beer connoisseur. He could talk beer all day. You probably should have your own podcast about beer.
Yeah, I know, right? And Josh is having what?
I'm having Soul Style IPA. This is like a indie pale ale.
Yeah.
If you don't know by now, you think we're drinking like coffee or something like that. We're not. We're usually drinking some type of beer or energy drink or whatever.
Or liquor.
I think this is the first time we actually showed any of the stuff we're drinking.
So kudos to
and Soul IPA. Yeah.
For providing us a good buzz and a nice beverage to the show.
Yeah, so if you when you see us sipping stuff, or if you're watching on YouTube, it's usually some type of alcohol in there.
Yeah. But I mean, the Fit Expo was awesome, man. I mean, the goodie bags. Yeah. The free bars. I think towards the end I went to 6 times, and I grabbed a shit ton of stuff, man. I went home. Like a candy bag on Halloween, man.
You should just grab the box because they're handing out those meat bars, those 100% meat bars, and you grab how many did you end up grabbing?
I made 6 already, and I have 9, so I think over 15 I had. And it had this cool kind of like a
I had 6
granola with meat and nuts.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Oh,
man.
the pack, the little sample packs.
Yeah,
those are good,
man.
Yeah.
So
what's the company? I don't know what was the company's name.
Epic Bars.
Epic Bars.
EpicBars.com.
Epic Bars. Yeah. Good stuff, man. It looks like they're gonna taste firmer, more jerky. But it's not. It's really soft.
It's a strange texture for sure. It's good stuff, man.
It's good. Epic Bars.
And with me, I'm always drinking energy drinks, so usually they don't do anything to me. But the one at the Fit Expo got me pumped up,
That one
man.
got me jacked, man.
I was like,
my pupils are like...
Yeah, and then I got paranoid at some point on the expo.
I forgot what brand it was.
But that's what always makes me jacked to the tip, man.
We're going to put a video out of...
event series,
an event series. I don't know if you caught those yet. The event series is on the YouTube channel only. We're going to do one for the Fit Expo.
The Bellator 160 is already up, so go ahead and like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel while you're there.
Yeah, they're just quick good
stuff,
music
man.
video type stuff that we like to do. It's just fun stuff for each event.
No, definitely the Fit Expo was fun. I think one's coming up pretty soon, right? When's the next one?
There's one in September, which our sponsor Hollow Rock here is going to be pretty much sponsoring that event.
Oh man, can't wait.
That's the Fit Expo. That's just Fit Expo.
Yeah.
I will bring you the information soon as the event comes up. It's in September, so we'll be talking about that again.
Yeah. So you guys in the LA area or Orange County, go there.
Yeah, I think it's in Anaheim.
Yeah.
Or Orange County, somewhere around. Promote it. One of those. It's in Southern California.
Yeah. So you're in SoCal, you can go ahead and get tickets, and you can come say hi to us. Yeah. We'll be there, full of chemicals, man. So
yeah, we're gonna attend that one for sure. Make sure you check out our sponsor HollowRockGear.com. They're sponsoring that event. That's big news for them. We'll probably have Miguel, who's the CEO of the company, on the show soon, maybe to talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's an event that we're looking forward to.
And that was the day after. 2 days after 160. That was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Then obviously we had
on Sunday.
On Friday we had Bellator 160. That was from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. Josh and I covered a Bellator event before, but we're credentialed as the commission. So this is our first time being credentialed as media. So
it was our experience. It was our first actual media event for Bellator. The last time was on Media Day. They have it once a year. If you haven't caught that episode, make sure you go back and catch that one. That was a really fun event because we got to mock judge the fights. For the main card, and that was King Mo and Phil Davis.
Which was a great fight.
That was amazing. I love that experience.
Yeah, we kind of did it for this event.
You kind of did it for this event.
Yeah, so we have friends. Shout out to Arnold and Martha who work for the commission. They know Josh and I. They saw us. They kind of brought us into their circle, and it was fun.
Which I was freaking out. I mean, to the Bellator people out there, I was like, we're the Bellator PR members. Danny and CJ, they're great guys, man. I didn't want to step on their toes, you know what I mean? Because we do have friends in the business now. And they're some of them are in the commission, we got to go a little outside the press box and go hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
And
it was cool because I think they brought in Rory Macdonald at that time.
Yeah,
and he was like right in front of us. I give him like a fist bump. I told him congratulations on his new deal, and it was just cool having him like a feet away from me, and then next to Josh, John McCarthy.
Yeah, we've known
for a while, but it's so cool to be next to him, and then hearing his commentary during the fights, and then we're about like 2 feet away from the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we kind of went back to our press box once the Benson Henderson, once the Benson Henderson Pitbull fight happened.
But we were there for the majority of the main card.
Yeah, pretty much the majority of the main card, and they were a great night of fights. And I mean, for covering the way Bellator does their events, I honestly really enjoy them.
Yeah,
it's got that small promotion feel, but just that with that big production, big show production,
very very much pro wrestling. Inspired.
I liked it, man.
On TV, it comes out kind of cheesy, but in person,
it's pretty badass. Like I mean, if you like the Benson Henderson and the Patricio Pitbull entrances, they have their own like. Obviously they have their own theme songs or whatever, and then they have
their own graphics
on the Titantrons, and their graphics are like it's pro wrestling style, but it works, man. I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, that's
it's cool because it separates it from the UFC, and in the press conference, the post fight, Rory Macdonald made a good point saying that the UFC is boring, and that with Bellator, everyone has their own look, their own individual customized entrance. So
even Rory had like an entrance. He came out like it was so pro wrestling style.
Oh man. That you had like the ramp that's lit up going to the cage. But when Rory came out, it was
no one expected it.
Smoke. It was all smoke, and it was like it was totally pro wrestling.
No one expected it. Here comes Rory Macdonald on the Titantron. Rory Macdonald, his music. He comes down the ramp.
Oh my god!
It's Rory. It was. He comes out, makes like a statement with Jimmy Smith. And
he cut a great promo.
Great promo, and then bam, there you go. He goes back.
Yeah, very
pro wrestling, man. Yeah. But I honestly like on TV. I guess it could come off a certain way, but obviously the fights speak for themselves.
Right. But I mean, I like it.
But the production in person is just fun, man.
I like the lights and stuff. And I mean, I
don't know if they get enough credit for what they do.
Live it comes out great. It's really fun.
Yeah.
On TV, it comes out kind of cheesy, but if you're there in person and you see the lights and the Titantron, it's definitely an experience.
We've been to plenty UFC events. I think the production on TV comes off a little bit more legit on TV, but when you're there in person, there could be some dull moments. Like when the fights are going on, there could be some dull moments.
Yeah, and I mean, Rory made a great point,
and not so much
about the UFC being boring, and after experiencing Bellator's way of handling their entrances, it's very boring.
I enjoyed it.
It's very boring compared to Bellator.
Like I liked Pitbull's entrance where it's like the Brazilian colors, and then you have the Pitbulls like
barking
on chains. It's like and then flashes a Pitbull.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, that's pretty badass.
And he comes out like with smoke.
Yeah, and the smoke. It was awesome. I liked it.
Too bad the fight didn't.
Yeah. Obviously, let's talk about the fight because Benson Henderson made his second appearance in Bellator, and he got the victory, but obviously it wasn't the victory he wanted. You got Patricio getting injured. I think he broke his tibia. I think there's images of the X-rays. It ended quickly. It ended like in the second round, and it was unfortunate because there was some buildup, and I was anticipating that fight. And then the fight while it was happening wasn't the most exciting though. Mm-hmm. Both fighters were tentative.
Yeah, very tentative.
Nobody wanted to make a move.
Yeah. Well, during fight week, Benson Henderson looked like crap.
Dude, he did, man.
He looked deflated. He looked dehydrated. And so I thought, okay, well, this weight cut's bad for him. I mean, it looked to me like he had a very bad weight cut.
Yeah.
He was in a very good interview. He was in a pissed off mood. He was tired. He was hungry and thirsty.
Yeah, you do not want to talk to Benson Henderson while he's cutting weight for sure, man. After the fight, and we've met him before, non-fight week. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, great guy.
But during fight week, when he's getting close to weight cut, dude, you do not want to talk to that guy because
he's not a very good.
Not that he's mean it's just
you just feel bad for him because he's so deflated, bad, man, dehydrated, and like he's all pale.
Like out of anybody on the roster that we've come across and who were also cutting weight, it seemed tough for him. It wasn't like it was an easy weight cut for him because he was like the most depleted. He seemed the most exhausted.
Yeah, well, I got to figure that before he left from the UFC to Bellator, he was fighting at 170. So this is his first time in a long time he was fighting at 155, and he's up there in age. Yeah. He's up there in age, so I'm assuming it was hard for him. But that was a big storyline coming to this fight. How is he going to deal with that weight cut? Because I think for Benson to win that fight, probably the early rounds would probably be his best chance. But as the later rounds go on, we both assumed that he probably fade out because of the weight cut. But
he looked tentative.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, he looked tentative. Both of them were like not willing to strike for a round and a half.
And I think what's kind of sad about the whole thing is that he's fighting a natural 145-pound fighter.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And Benson was a bigger fighter, so you would think he would dominate the fight, but he didn't.
I think it's so much pressure, man. Yeah. I think it's a pressure though because he goes in and he's got so much to live up to.
He has a UFC name.
That UFC name.
Former UFC champion.
He's expected to go in there and just dominate guys, and then he's fighting guys that are like actually legit. Mm-hmm. And even though if they fight for Bellator, they're still legit. They might not have like a deep roster, but the guys that they do have are legit.
No, for sure. I think Bellator has proven that with DC, Tyron Woodley. Both guys are former Bellator prospects.
At least Scott Coker guys.
Yeah, Scott Coker guys, sorry. Strikeforce. Yeah, you're right. And then now, the UFC champion. So I think there's a stigma behind like Bellator guys that they're not as good as UFC fighters.
Yeah, anybody outside of the UFC. But honestly, I think there's a lot of guys on the UFC roster that probably wouldn't even crack the top 10 of like Bellator, you know what I mean? Like, but they're there.
Yeah.
So they, obviously the top 10 of UFC is like tougher, I believe, deeper than the top 10 of like Bellator in any of the divisions. But but it doesn't mean that Bellator doesn't have guys. And you go under the top 10 in the UFC, and those guys probably will barely even crack the top 10 of Bellator. Right. So it's not like you're a Bellator fighter or a UFC fighter and you're somehow best in the world or anything like that. There's very few guys.
Yeah, for sure. But the fight was unfortunate, and I think the biggest question coming out of the fight is, where does Benson and Hansen go from here?
We know where he's going.
He's fighting, Michael Chandler,
which
a
I
fighter.
Think it's a tough fight for that.
Oh yeah, guy. I've always considered Michael Chandler a top lightweight outside the UFC. I think he can be a top 3 fighter in the UFC as a lightweight, and I don't see Benson beating Chandler.
Not the Benson that we've seen. I mean, the Benson that fought like Karishkov or whatever his name is,
Andre,
the welterweight champ Andre. That Benson is not going to handle Chandler, obviously, but he was very undersized in that fight.
Yeah,
and then even the one that fought Patricio, he didn't look good at all, and you already know that Chandler's going to come out guns blazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we've seen the two complete different Benson Henderson from UFC to Bellator.
I think it's pressure. Because he did well in the UFC before he left.
Yeah, but you would think that he'd come in, like a champ because like he had the ultimate eyeballs in the UFC. But his thought process, he wants to fight at 170 and 155. I think 155 is a bad move, only because it seems like he has a hard time cutting the weight. And if he beats Chandler, then he's gonna have to defend that belt.
I think it's his natural weight class. If you go 170, he's
a small 170
guy. Yeah. I think it's the fact that what you said earlier is that he hasn't cut to 155 in so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's been at 170 for his last 3 or 4 fights
in the UFC, right? Yeah, but I see Michael Chandler, beating him.
This version,
I see it. Yeah, this version of Benson Henderson. Yeah, I mean, because he hasn't looked great since he made his jump to the Bellator cage. But only time to tell. Hopefully, Josh and I will be there in attendance in November.
So. I think so. It's gonna be November. We're gonna try to get on that card.
San Jose.
So
good times. We should go to San Francisco, man, and party.
That's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna fly. We're gonna try to do our best to get on that card because
I think the last time we were in San Jose, I think we kind of felt out the
We felt out the town.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it's a
weird.
Nice town, but
it's weird, man. Because it's a big city.
Yeah.
But it's like it's got that like small town feel
to it. Yeah. I mean, outside that main street, there were bar hopping at. There was really much not there.
There wasn't much there.
Dude, we should just go to San Francisco and party. It's only like a 35-minute drive, 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
Let's go to party in San Francisco.
I think so.
So.
Yeah, I think we would party at this. We're staying the night for sure. Because if you guys haven't caught the episode from last time or the recap of that, we almost died on the way back, man.
I was like driving and like seeing shit on the road, man. I was like hallucinating the whole time
because it was we went from Glory
in Ontario, California.
Yeah, in Ontario, to like an hour sleep.
Yeah, because the event after the press conference ended at 1.
It ended at 1, man. And we fell asleep for like maybe an hour and a half, and then drove straight to San Jose,
which is a 6-hour drive. Like we had to be there before 12 to take John McCarthy's class.
Yes, so, for the media day, which started at like 12 in the afternoon.
And we were there till like 10 o'clock.
We got there like right on time.
Yeah.
And
I think we ate somewhere real quick, and then
the event, that was all day
from 12
until the end of the event.
And then we went to go party.
And then we went out, which is probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
But we went out till like 1 o'clock.
And then drove back to LA.
I swear I was seeing stuff on the road. I mean,
it was scary.
There were moments where I was driving and then I see the cars way down the road. And then like 10 seconds later, or like not even like a second later, those cars are like right next to me. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? How did that happen?
No, it was me. I saw like things coming up from the road. Like,
yeah, because the reflectors on the road.
Yeah, because it's very dark.
It's dark and the light shines on the reflectors, and that light, when your eyes are blurring, the lights just like go up like little spikes.
Yeah. Oh, it was scary.
It was bad.
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. So
and having Josh, sleep next to me. I mean,
I felt responsible.
Knowing that you're responsible for his life, was like, oh, okay, fuck that.
If I roll this car over, I hope you don't fly out. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Scary. So yeah, I think next. Yeah,
we'll stay the night.
Andy Foster, the director of the commission, offered us a room.
I think. Well, possibly he was it was a nice gesture of friendship or whatever. And he's really good with that guy, and he was like, we see if there's anything available for you guys at the hotel. Because people that we talked to were really worried that we were gonna drive back, but we did.
And after what happened, they had every right to be worried because it was we're not going to be alive.
I believe San Jose is a weird town because you go just 5 minutes outside the town, the city.
It's a ghost town.
It's a ghost town, man. It's so weird.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It's weird, but hopefully we get to that San Jose card with Chandler versus Benson. That's a big fight.
Michael Venom Page on that card. I think you have a few other names that are possibly getting mentioned for that card. So that one's. I'm looking forward to that.
For sure.
But I mean, just talking about the fight right there. Do you think Benson has like a positive future in the promotion? Do you think he'll be champion one day? Do you think he has because just based off Friday's performance, what do you think?
It's kind of hard to tell, only because the fight ended so the way it did. I think. If we see Benson Henderson more in the cage, and we can see his skills in the cage more, I think the only time will tell. But from right now, from what I've seen, he has to change things up in his camp. He probably has to cut, do like a cut, before the fight, because I think that weight cut affected him a lot.
It's too much, man.
Yeah,
it's too much.
He's a big 155-pound fighter.
But I mean, he's got to get used to it again. I think that's the biggest thing.
I mean, as far as being a champion, I don't see him being a champion now. Maybe later on.
Maybe down the road. I see him having a couple of wars, depending on his mindset. I think it's just...
I think Michael Chandler's going to win this fight.
I think so, too. Based off what I saw on Friday.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it's just confidence. I don't know if his skill level has dropped. I don't think so. I think it's just more of confidence and getting used to being in the Bellator stage. Right. I think that's a big jump. And then getting past your ego, which is another thing. Mm-hmm. But who knows? I'm not in the mind of what's his face?
Benson.
Benson Henderson. So,
right.
Another thing, you had the appearance of Rory Macdonald, which is a big thing. He's talked about being a 2-division champion. He's talked about being multiple champion. Talked about taking over. I like his attitude. I think the guy has, always seemed like not the most interesting person to talk to, but anytime anybody's given him an opportunity to talk, he's very entertaining.
For sure.
And he seems like he's a very nice guy. We got to meet him there. What do you think about Rory's chances of being a champion, let alone being a 2-time champion in Bellator?
I think they're very good. Considering he's coming off of a couple of losses in a row, to two very tough guys. To the former champion Robbie Lawler, but I think in Bellator, I think some of the guys that they're in Bellator right now kind of fit his style.
Yeah.
And kind of they have a good style match. And I think he can beat Andre. I think he has the skills to beat Andre.
I think he's got a good chance.
He's either bigger or about the same size as Andre.
Yeah.
But I can see. But like this guy. Rory Macdonald is GSP's protege.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrestles arguably the best MMA wrestler today in GSP. So I think wrestling will be a factor in his arsenal. Like in that fight against Andre, and I can see him beating Andre, and I can see him being a champion. As far as a 2-division champ, him against.
Who's at 185?
Did he say 185 or 155? He said 185.
He said 185.
Yeah, I don't know who's at 185.
Who's the 185 champ?
It's hard to say if I see him being a 2-division champ.
I'm trying to remember.
But as far as beating Andre, I can see him being the 170-pound champion.
At least in 170, I'll give his chances are pretty good. Yeah. The only person that I feel could give him a run for his money and a really hard time to get past is Michael Venom Page. That's the only person.
We met MVP this past weekend.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. He's a tall guy, man.
Tall guy.
He's very big for that division.
Like obviously very talented. Now
that reach and then his almost like a Wonderboy Thompson style.
Even like an Anderson Silva type finish though too. Early Anderson Silva.
Yeah, and we've seen how Roy struggled with Wonderboy Thompson in his striking. So
yeah, I don't even know if he has the same footwork as Wonderboy. I think he's got a little bit more Anderson Silva in him, where he kind of just stays flat-footed. The only thing about Venom is that Bellator has built him up pretty well in terms of matchups, to where I don't know if we've seen him really tested. We
haven't.
Cyborg Santos is, he's
just a name, but he's not.
He's just a name. The guy's already probably reaching the end of his career, and like with Santos, he's more of just a name. That was his last fight, and I think he's just more somebody that people can build off of. Venom Page we haven't seen him tested against a high level wrestler, or someone with like diverse skills like Rory Macdonald, like a high level guy. I don't even know if he hasn't really fought most of the high level guys in Bellator.
Well, that and people like the guys give him a space to be flashy. I think if you fight him close, you dirty box him and put him against the cage.
Yeah,
that's a complete different fight.
You just have to get it past his outside game.
Yeah,
and then you get in.
But as soon as you give him space, he's gonna attack the way he does.
The fights I've seen, they've been quick. I haven't seen him tested.
I didn't even see him in the second round. To be honest,
I really haven't seen him second round. It's all first round finishes. I've seen him.
I think
tested a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Well, with Rory, I think he just has to close the distance and put him against the cage and kind of test his skills there. I think he shines when guys give him that space.
The only thing with Rory is that he's not that, even though he's like GSP's protege, he doesn't have those GSP takedowns.
Yeah.
Which I think is like what made GSP so successful, is the fact that he can box and trade and kickbox with you, and then bam, just go straight into the takedown like nothing. Not too many guys can do that.
Yeah, but over there, I try to start with Fraud. I think he has a great head coach who has a really high IQ in fighting that can make a pretty damn good game plan to fight someone like MVP.
Yeah. I don't know if I like guys talking about being 2 divisions champions. We've seen that with like a bunch of guys.
It's
Brandon Vera. We've seen that. Remember that? That was the most infamous one. He talked about it so much, and
but all that has died down until we had Conor McGregor. I think since Conor McGregor is doing it,
he's the only person
who I think they can do it.
Who they actually think can do it.
I think he can beat Eddie Alvarez.
I think he can beat Eddie,
and I think he can obviously beat
style wise. I think he could beat Eddie. Yeah, I think. He could beat Tyron.
Oh, I don't know about that. No, never mind.
Tyron's a little bit big for him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 145-pound champion and then beating Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I think he's the only person that I've seen come along saying they want to be a 2-division that can actually probably do it.
People are saying these things to get that hype and to get that attention because they know it works for Conor, but
I don't think Rory. I don't think he should really be concerned with that. Just establish yourself in that division. You have a lot of killers that you got to go through. Douglas Lima, Paul Daly.
Because being too ambitious is not a good thing, especially if you're just entering a brand new promotion like
just
Bellator.
Look on dominating that division like I think you can.
Yeah, and then once clear that division, then go for the 185-pound belt.
Yeah,
but don't be too ambitious.
Don't be too. I mean, you can't fault the guy for it. Obviously, it's probably within his capabilities, but I mean, not right now. Just focus on dominating. You haven't even got your first fight, which he's not even fighting till close to summer. He said
2017. You can catch the post-fight press conference with Roy on the YouTube page.
Which I think a lot of that has to do with maybe him being a new father. I think that's a big thing. And also his health injuries and all that stuff. He wants to heal a lot of them, especially his nose.
Speaking of fatherhood, if the mother was child was that girl that we saw, man.
I don't want to burn. Awesome. I don't want to burn. I don't know if that guy. I don't want to ruin his game, man. But I mean, she wasn't like dressed like all like.
She was really pretty.
She was a super pretty, man. Like
I felt bad because I think the Bellator PR guy was like looking for her to get a seat, and I was like sitting right there. I was like right next to her, and I don't want to give her my seat.
Yeah, I don't know what his home situation is, but you know.
No, I'm not considering that he was with her. I'm just saying if that girl that he.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if he was actually with that girl.
Oh, it's just,
there was like 3 or 4 people that were like.
Yeah, it could have been just his friend.
But she kind of did give off that vibe, like this is, you know.
Oh, man.
This is my man. This is my girl. You know, I don't know. She's super pretty, man.
And she was.
She's super pretty. I don't think that's the same girl though.
Oh, I miss her.
I'll never see her again. Girl. Yeah. You might see her again.
We might.
You might.
Yeah. So no, I mean,
I think he's got a good chance, especially at welterweight. I think he's got a good chance. The only roadblock I see as MVP. That's it,
for sure,
at least.
Well, like we said, you know, Josh and I were at the Fit Expo on Sunday.
Yeah.
It was fun times. We got to chat with Bellator ring girl Mercedes Terrell.
Yeah. And forgive us for the focus.
Yeah. There were so many people there.
So many people. So many. It was just really crazy. We had a bunch of energy drinks at the time. We don't think the focus was, especially if we're watching on YouTube. Audio, iTunes, I think you'll be alright. But there was a focus adjustment midway through, so forgive us on that.
So here is our interview at the Fit Expo with Bellator MMA ring girl Mercedes Terrell. So enjoy. All right, so we're here with Bellator ring girl Mercedes Terrell here at the Fit Expo. So what brings you here at the Fit Expo?
So I'm here with one of my friend's companies, Skibby. It's an underwear line. We're doing a little bit of athletic apparel as well, and another company he owns called Re7.
Is this your first fit convention for Fit Expo?
This is the first time at Anaheim Fit Expo. Yeah, I like it so far. Pretty cool.
And were you ever like a fit model before you got into Bellator? Or?
Was I ever what?
Like a fit model?
A fit model?
Yeah.
I've done a little bit of stuff with fitness magazines and whatnot in the past, but no, that was never my main market or focus.
And you're obviously with Bellator.
Yeah.
What did you think about the fights on Friday?
The fights were really good. The main event, a little disappointed that I didn't get to go the whole deal, but it's how it happens sometimes. You never know what you're going to get.
No, the main event, it sets up Vincent Anderson and Michael Chandler. Who do you have winning that fight?
Oh God, that's a tough call. I mean, I've been, following Michael Chandler's career, his whole career literally, at Bellator with us. Yeah. So I'm going to have to root for Mike.
Yeah.
Benson, I love you.
Yeah.
You see this?
Yeah.
No hard feelings?
It's Bellator is owned by Viacom. They got a lot of stuff in the works in the future, and they have a lot of outlets through Viacom. Have you been able to take advantage of that? I know you do stuff with like David Busters and all that. Have you been able to see what opportunities are there for you?
Yeah, so obviously the whole Bellator group is a very busy group. We're constantly on the road, constantly producing new fights and new material thing is that now we're with Viacom, we've got that bigger entity that's supporting all that. It trickles into my world a little bit where they, you know, get to utilize me in whatever way. So we now shoot something called Mercedes Mailbag. It's kind of new. Maybe you guys seen it. Yeah. So we got more coming up. We've got actually several in the works right now getting edited. So you'll see a lot more of that. And then I don't know what they have planned next, but I've already told them I'm up for anything. So we'll see what will come.
Have you looked at television opportunities or anything like that, acting, or are you interested in any of that?
Like I said, I'm up for whatever. It's kind of what comes my way, and that's how my whole modeling career has kind of been. You know, I'm out here having a great time, and if stuff comes into my viewpoint where it works and it fits, and I can take up the opportunity, I will.
Talk about the history of Bellator and how you got into the sport of MMA as far as being a ring girl.
How did I get hired for Bellator in the first place? So originally there was a contest for ring girls, and you're supposed to submit a video. So that's what I did. I made a video actually last minute on the last day of the submissions and sent it in. It was really goofy and probably terrible quality, but hey, I did. I gave what I had. And Bjorn at the time, he was our CEO, and he called me up and said, you know, we did a whole interview process, and I got the job. Been with them ever since.
And do you want to like plug in some of your social and how the fans can follow you and
yeah, of course.
maybe some of the companies that you're repping, like
Fans can always follow me at Mercedes Terrell on Instagram, Snapchat, and then Mercedes Terrell Official is my Facebook page, so follow me there. And any of the companies that I'm repping, you'll see me posting about, and I'll have all my hashtags and all their handles listed there.
Awesome. Well, Justin and I will be at the Bellator in November, so we'll see you then.
I'll be at all of them. See you guys there.
That was our interview with Bellator MMA ring girl Mercedes Terrell. Follow her on social media, and hope you guys enjoyed that interview with her. So obviously this weekend, this Saturday, was UFC on Fox 21 featuring Carlos Condit and Darren Maia. A fight that ended really quick. Darren Maia submitting Carlos Condit in the first round. Were you impressed with Darren Maia's performance, and where do you see Darren go from here? Do you see him getting the title shot, or do you see him waiting out and to see who wins between Tyron and Wonderboy Thompson?
For that weekend, I mean that the whole main card was awesome. I think one of the fights that really stood out to me was Anthony Pettis.
Yeah,
that was like the best performance of all, I think.
Sure.
But with the Damian Maia's performance, I thought was, I mean, intimidating for a lot of the guys. I think his chances against Wonderboy or his chances against Tyron, I think, are pretty good. I think he could submit Tyron as long as he can avoid the big punches and the explosiveness. I think with Wonderboy, if he gets a hold of Wonderboy, I think he can drag out Wonderboy for 5 rounds and just hold him down. I think Tyron's a more dangerous person on the feet for Damian, but I like his chances in both. As long as he can avoid the big shot for Tyron and avoid getting stifled by Wonderboy's footwork, I give him a really good chance to beat both guys.
No, I agree. I think before this fight, I was telling my brother who I watched the fight with, I said, man, if Damon gets calls on the ground and he causing me in trouble, and that came to fruition, man. I mean, Darren Maia, continues to show his dominance in his jiu-jitsu game, and it's just crazy to see Darren Maia at 185, who was an okay fighter, now 170, and he was like a superstar. Yeah. I think Wonderboy deserves the next shot for the welterweight title. I think Darren made it clear that he wants to wait it out. But I agree with you. I think I give him a good chance with both Tyron and Stephen Boy Thompson. I think anytime anybody fights Damian, I think he's dangerous off his back, and I think he can submit anybody in that roster.
And I think his stand-up's come a long way to where I think he can handle himself enough to give himself a chance.
His wrestling is really good.
Yeah,
too.
His wrestling's awesome. I see if he fights Tyron, I see it being like a probably a finish, and I see if Steven, I think he'll go decision with Steven. But
no, I
can
agree.
see him winning both.
Tyron's groundwork isn't the best, so I can see Damian definitely dominating in that area.
And the two performances I think were great. Where Pettis getting a victory, a much needed victory, and then Paige getting a much needed victory.
That was really impressive too.
Because if she would have went like 2 down,
that was a crazy karate kick, man.
Dude. It would have been bad for her, but in terms of like legitimacy, but she.
The fact that Beck Rollins was a much bigger girl too, and she kind of faded out.
Yeah.
Towards that second round. But yeah, Conor got submitted, and obviously he's in a bad spot right now. He's talking about retirement. What do you think Conor should go from here? Do you want to see him fight again, or are you okay with him walking away from the sport?
I think he's young enough to stay in the game.
Yeah.
But if he wants to leave, it's all about mental. If he wants to take a break, take a 2-year break.
Yeah.
You're young enough to do it.
Right.
Just take a year or two break.
Yeah. I think
no one's pressuring you to stay.
I think everything that he said post fight was all emotions.
Yeah. It's hard coming off a loss like that.
Yeah, guys. The fact that he got finished in the first round, like within 2-minute mark.
Yeah.
So I think it's all emotion. I think he's gonna go back and talk with his team. But I mean, Carlos Condit has always been one of those exciting fighters, and I want to see him continue to fight. But to your point, I think mentally or being strong mentally is as important as your fighting skills. So I think he should just talk to his team and take maybe like 4 or 5 months off and see what he goes from here.
At least.
I don't want to see him leave right now. I think he's too young.
He's too young. He's still at the top level. Just take some time off. Do the GSP thing.
Yeah.
You're young enough to do it. So whatever.
And speaking of moves and big moves, Shad Evans, announced that he's going to be dropping from 205 to 185.
A long awaited. I think he should have done it a long time ago.
Definitely. He's someone that won the Ultimate Fighter at heavyweight is now going to fight at middleweight, a weight class that's more natural for him. Do you like this move, and do you see him being a threat in the 185-pound division?
No, I think he can be a threat. It depends. Who knows? I mean, weight cut's one thing, but performances are another, and he hasn't looked that great. I mean, I don't know if he's lost a step. I think the 185 move will tell if he's lost a step or not. Yeah,
there's a lot of bad matchups for him. I think Luke Rockford's a bad matchup for Rashad Evans.
But he's one of the guys that I
can see him beating Chris Weidman.
I could see him beating a few guys. Maybe the weight cut's best for him. I don't know, but I think Rashad, Shogun, all those guys should have dropped down to 185 a long time.
Especially Rashad Evans. He was always a small 205-pound fighter.
Especially Shogun, too. Yeah. You're fighting guys like Gustafsson and Jones. They're so gigantic. Just drop down to middleweight.
Yeah.
Cut that extra fab.
These guys are hard-headed, and they have so much pride that they don't want to. Yeah. They think they can succeed in that weight class, but
it might be too late for them. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Rashad Evans is past his prime, so we've got to see what happens with that.
He might be past his prime.
But we have some good fights coming this weekend, Josh.
Yeah. Before we go, and obviously we'd love to talk about some of these guys a little bit longer, but
time is of the essence.
Time is of the essence. Yeah. So. We got a great show for you guys next week too, so stay tuned for that. UFC fight. Obviously, ONE FC is having their event this weekend. 47, ONE FC 47. You could catch that on their online pay-per-view and on the Fight Network, which I've noticed. Fight Network shows ONE FC. So if you're in Canada or have some type of Fight Network subscription,
damn, want they Fight Network on my area?
They have everything there, man. Wrestling, MMA, you name it. So. ONE FC 47 is happening this weekend, and UFC Fight Night 93, Arlovsky versus Barnett, which is a do or die for most of these guys, especially for Barnett.
Especially on UFC Fight Pass.
So I'll just stick with the top 3 fights. The undercard's really good. You got some some pretty nice names on there, but most of it is just the top 3 fights. You have Ryan Bader versus Yair Latifi. Who do you have for this one?
I like Bader in this fight.
I like Bader in this fight too.
Yeah. I think his wrestling is going to be a factor.
Yeah, Latifi's a strong wrestler though too. But I think Ryan's striking. His stand-up's going to take him over the edge on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Ryan Bader, even though I think Latifi's a tough guy, and I think they're kind of equally matched up in this one. Gustafsson versus Blachowicz.
Alexander.
Probably Alexander. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that guy fight again.
He's tall, lengthy, and I think his lane will give him trouble.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Same thing. I think his skill level is just too high for Blachowicz.
Yeah.
Arlovsky versus Barnett.
I like Arlovsky. I think Josh Barnett hasn't showed much improvement in his game. Mm-hmm. I think Arlovsky has turned the tide as far as his career goes. I can see him finishing Josh Barnett, to be honest.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of ups and downs recently, but I think he's still at top level and always looking to improve. Barnett just hasn't looked good.
He hasn't evolved at all.
He hasn't evolved at all. I'm going to go with Arlovsky. I can see Barnett getting a lucky punch, but I'm going to go Arlovsky.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah, from Hamburg, Germany, September 3rd, this Saturday. I believe this Saturday on Fight Pass. And I think FS1. No, it's just on Fight Pass. It's all Fight Pass.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to thank Hollow Rock Gear. Make sure you follow us on social anywhere the MMA Complex can be found. And thank you all for watching. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
And
coming in back.
And we want to thank Mercedes Terrell for being on the show. You can follow her on social media. You can see her live in person at any in our Bellator events.
Yeah.
We have a pretty exciting weekend next weekend. Josh and I are going to cap all the action. So until then, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms. Until then, enjoy your fights, enjoy your week.